February energies. New era begins. The Aquarius new moon in February is the first new moon with Pluto in Aquarius in our lifetime. This new moon on the 9th is closely connected with Uranus, the planet of unexpected surprises. The desire to free ourselves from restrictions can suddenly erupt and give us the courage to break away from situations that are not in support of our personal path and expression. The taste of Pluto in Aquarius last year gave a sense of anticipation, excitement, and threats of new technology, outpacing our ability to keep up is front and center. Perhaps the most significant happening is Mars conjunct Pluto in Aquarius on the 14th. The last time Pluto and Mars met up at 1 degree in the sign of Aquarius was in December of 1779, and they keep connecting every couple of years for the next 20 years. The same is true for the next 20 years for us. The last time Pluto was in Aquarius, there were years of social upheaval, new contracts between governments and the people, and industrial revolution. Pluto-Mars is an explosive energy. Mars wants to take action and Pluto wants to go deep and go big. In Aquarius, it is fueled through ideas and inventions. This is a time to learn something new that supports a future you envision. Paying attention to your community is vital during this month. Who and where do you want to be? Where do you want to live? And who do you want to be connected to? Seeking a place where you can be yourself of like-minded individuals is super strong this month. The Sun moves into Pisces on the 18th at 13 p.m. Est. The Pisces season moves us towards feeling our way through the world. Pisces is a water sign. Water does not argue with the boulder in the river being in its way. When water encounters an obstacle, it finds the easiest route around it to be on its way. This is a time in our life to examine where can we find answers and solutions that come from unseen places. Our inner intuitive guidance system becomes activated, and information is channeled during our dream state and meditative state. Venus and Mars come together in Aquarius on February 22nd, beginning a new cycle for friendships, intellectual pursuits, and creative and innovative life pursuits. This cycle allows us to develop positive social networking and the ability to create community based upon shared ideas. The desire to be with others that have a similar belief system and mindset urges us to consider changing jobs or even where we live to achieve a sense of connectedness and belonging. The full moon in Virgo on the 24th has the element of Saturn reminding us to get to the core of what brings emotional fulfillment in our everyday life. The moon in Virgo teaches us to pay attention to our routines and note whether or not they are supportive to our overall well-being. There is a compassionate, helpful side going on now. A friend in need can reach out for assistance. Venus and Mars are still hanging out together for this full moon and vibrating with every expansive Jupiter urging to take risks and going after that which brings you joy. The month ends with leap year with the Sun sandwiched in between Saturn and Mercury. The Sun, symbolizing self-expression, is being influenced by Mercury, the idea planet, and Saturn. This is a great day to study a situation that has perplexed you and find solutions that work. The collectum. Exhaustion. This week's guidance from the Ascended Masters, Archangels, Star Nations families, Earth elements, Fae elders, angelic legions, and other light beings known as the collective. Greetings, dear ones. We are very pleased to have this time to speak with you again today, and we wish to speak on what we are seeing amongst many light bringers now, which is an overwhelming sense of mental or physical disconnection in some ways, of floating slightly above or beside one's own life. This may manifest in physical or emotional exhaustion. It may manifest in feelings of wanting to release the life you have known for so long, of wanting to simply spend your day sitting quietly in nature or resting, or listening to calming music. Now, particularly for those of you raised in what has been termed a Western or developed country, these impulses are hard to reconcile with the training you received for so long or how you prefer to live. Many of you still connect your sense of self to how much you can accomplish in a single day. And of course you are, most of you, still in a position to be working so as to pay your living costs. Some have jobs requiring great focus and half mental or physical energy. You may also be raising children or teens and find that being exhausted runs counter to fulfilling your responsibilities to them. Your situation may hold some or all of that and more, and so you may be unhappy with how you are feeling now, perhaps confused or scolding yourself for not being as energetic as you feel you must be to fulfill the day's demands, and then to enjoy your off hours with loved ones. Yet what you are traveling through now is indeed very taxing. To fulfill one's life requirements, however you have built them, can be tiring, yet with all of the higher light flowing in, plus the powerful solar flares and other shifts occurring in Earth's atmosphere, you may feel at times that you are walking through the poppy field with the characters in the film, The Wizard of Oz, and falling asleep on the journey as they did. One might say that this is a part of the hero's journey not often discussed, and yet it appears in so many tales offered over the ages. The hero starts off well enough, but then is slowed by something, perhaps an injury or illness, an attack by a wild animal or a hidden adversary, or something that distracts them enough to pull them off of their path for a while. Yet once they return to the fullness of their journey, it is often with new, strengthened resolve to see it through completely. In this case, we would say that you are not being attacked or distracted for the most part, though in terms of energetics, both have been a part of Earth life for thousands of years. The reason for the feeling that you are not quite present, not quite awake, as if you were sleepwalking, is not only the physical changes happening on a cellular level in your body, but also that your spirit is reaching higher into higher dimensions, learning how to integrate life there in ways that connect with Earth life, and connecting your Earth self with your higher self. And this can be both confusing and exhausting at times. You are also etherically visiting places of learning in your sleep state, even if it seems to you that you never have dreams of such. Nevertheless, you are not only working hard on your Earth mission at this crucial time in the planet's evolvement, you are also reaching up into levels of learning that in the past, your consciousness, while in a human body, could never have grasped. Much of this has to do with revising ideas and belief systems held in your subconscious for millennia, as well as healing for the trauma that is buried there, and a release of old programming from your third-dimensional Earth life. In doing so, you are forging the path for all who follow behind you, and they are many millions. Releasing one person's stuck beliefs and dark programming is a way of releasing the collective en masse programming and the constricting beliefs that hold one in patterns of self-denial, smallness, passivity, and feelings of victimhood. Many are saying now, as we have, that there are no victims, and we are aware that this is difficult for many to accept. Yet now, of all times, you are ready to accept that you have created your own experiences with choices made first in the higher realms before incarnating, then via your energetic vibration each time you incarnated. And now, as you enter this new and beautiful era of Aquarius, a great change arises. Your nighttime travels to what many call mystery schools, as well as temples of healing in the higher realms, in inner Earth, in the sun, on the ships, other planets. They are preparing you to take up residency as a fifth dimensional being who has peacefully released the trauma, discord, and ideas of separatism that have typified third dimensional life. Though you have learned much here, you move now into a whole new level of growth and awareness. And so you may be wondering, instead of having less energy and motivation now, we would say that anyone preparing for a great journey on foot by running, leaping, lifting heavy weights, increasing flexibility and balance, will attest to feeling tired at times due to the increased expectations put upon their body. Likewise, anyone who has carried a child in their womb will attest to the tiredness that comes with that task as they nourish a new life as it develops. And so it is that you are doing far more work now, in addition to preparing your own consciousness for working alongside your soul family. You are healing the earth and her vibrations of ancient wounds and dark energies, as you are yourselves releasing the effects of many centuries of oppression from your own DNA, your own consciousness, your soul. And so we encourage you, dear one, call upon your soul, request more light, more empowerment, more energetic sustenance for all you experience. Say, my soul, I require more strength now to handle everything that is flowing through me, everything I am releasing from this and all other earth live. More strength, more sustenance to support all the work I am doing in the etheric, to assist the ascension process. I am integrating so much now. In addition to the work I do all the time in the etheric, assist that integration to make it as smooth and peaceful as possible, and assist me in resting enough and drinking enough pure water that I support my body in all the changes it is going through. I give thanks. Be aware that many of you who are starseeds are fulfilling galactic and intergalactic missions that have been created so that Earth can move more fully into returning to the intergalactic confederation of worlds. This constitutes another demand on your system. And yet, as we have said many times, you could not, before incarnating, be dissuaded for each of you. This is a journey and a service of higher love, and you are honored to create or accept the challenges you have encountered while in the physical. And will the discomfort last indefinitely? No, not indefinitely. You've already come so far in your evolvement. In years past, you would not be able to withstand the powerful energies flowing to you now, let alone be able to do such powerful work in the etheric at the same time that you are integrating so much on a cellular and molecular level. You will have moments that are plateaus in terms of both the work and the integrations, before the next climb upward flows forward. And then as things progress further, you will have moments when your empowered self steps forward to handle an old situation in a very new and creative, far more enlightened way. Those moments will often entail stepping into that great sea of living energy and consciousness from which all is created. And in that sea of light, dear ones, you will call forth whatever is required for your life and light work now, including some days more time to rest and greater feelings of well-being, of motivation, of inspiration. We send you much supportive and empowering energy with this message. You are not alone in any of this. Call out to your soul families as well as your soul and require their assistance with all that you journey through now, and allow yourself to rest as needed. This will be far different from the rest requirements of the past, but then you are on an increasingly new planet now, and so, for a time at least, before you enter a time when you will need hardly any rest at all, More rest is required now, and more compassion for the self brave enough to come forward at this astounding. We send much love, dear ones, with thanks for all you are and all you anchor into your planet now. There is a way forwards. Set foot upon that new path. You are creating it at every moment. We are with you, always. Namaste.